making sure that there is no harm or evil that comes our way. You know, that if it does, there are the first line of defense. The one that I always use, and I find at least more effective, is when I say, you know, the circle is now open, but yet ever remains a circle. Around and through us always flows its magical power. And I'd like to thank all who were present here with us. You know, you will always be in my heart. To go with love, or stay if you will. Hail and farewell. You know, this way I'm still I'm letting them know that they can still stay here and be with me after the circle is open, after the ritual is done. But if they choose to, they can go and leave and frolic and be themselves again. And then the one thing that most of us hate to do is, of course, after ritual, is the cleanup.
Or anything else.
It always seems the cleanup takes longer than the setup.
Then the ritual.
Okay. And I have put down here that note, you know, that wands, athames, or athames are only suggested and can be substituted for a ritual item of your choice. Again, you know, like I said, I took a branch of a willow and just shaped it, you know, and this is what I use as my wand. You know, it could be something as simple as, you know, taking the candle that I may have carved a sign in it. You know, whether it was a rune sign or a sign that resonated with me, or even just my name. You know, and you know, sometimes I would use that. You know, because again, depending on the places where we're at, we may not be able to have any type of weapons. You know, and a simple athame is still considered a weapon. Yes. In some places. You know, and of course, even something as, you know, as that little crystal wand, you know, that can be considered as a weapon. But somehow people can't think of a candle being one, so, you know, it works very well.
I was going to say, outside you have to be careful, especially maybe during fall.
Or right now, like with the lack of rain.
With the lack of rain, the fire hazards, in other words.
Yeah.
Winds carry, and so you may not want candles or outdoors.
Yeah.
Right, but again too, you know, in that case, aren't you a beacon of light?
Yes.
Can you not be that candle? Can you not be that beacon
Yeah.
of light for that quarter? For your God and Goddess? Are you not from the God and Goddess? Aren't you part of them? You know, so it's like you can be that light. Alright? And you know, it's about how much you believe, love, and respect yourself. You know, that you can always be a beacon of light, not just for yourself, but maybe for somebody important.
And the hospitals allow people to use the battery-operated candles, because you can't have candles in the hospital because you have oxygen in the wall. So we're doing religious tolerance, and to help people that want like candles involved, they have to use those battery-operated little
The battery operated
right.
tea lights, candles that they have out now.
Use that, right?
Yeah.
I know that my grandmother of the lineage, she used to use the old Christmas lights that used to get put into the windows of all the houses. That's what she used to use in her home. You know, because she always, as much as she was into the craft, and you know, this woman is absolutely fabulous. To light a candle in her house, paranoid her to no end. She could be outside and see a fire going, but just not in her house. So she would use those Christmas candle that would go into the windows of the houses. You know, there's always, when it comes to the craft, there are a lot of stuff that you can substitute, but there are some things that you just cannot. With them, you know, again, because we have such a variety of different pantheons here, the list is way too long to say, you know, what can be substituted and what cannot. You know, I also kept it fairly simple to most known guardians, you know, or protectors of the watchtowers, or, you know, beacons. I kept it to the most